everyone. In the scorching summer, eating ice cream in big bites is truly satisfying. But you must have experienced this pain right after swallowing the ice. A sudden, sharp pain strikes your forehead or temples, as if your brains were instantly frozen. This is what people commonly call a brain freeze. Has your brain really frozen over? Or is it protesting against you? Today, we are going to break down this short-circuit alarm system of the brain. First of all, you can rest assured. This is definitely not your brain freezing. The real culprit is actually on the ceiling of your mouth, which is your palate. When you eat ice too fast and a lot of ice cream presses against your palate, the temperature here suddenly plummets. The blood vessels in our body are very sensitive when encountering extreme cold. In order to prevent heat loss, the blood vessels in the palate will instantly constrict violently and become very narrow. But right after you swallow the ice, the temperature of the palate rises again, and the blood vessels rapidly dilate in an instant. This drastic change of shrinking to the smallest one moment and expanding to the largest the next will severely stimulate the nearby pain nerves. At this moment, the nerves will immediately send an alarm to the brain, shouting, reporting to headquarters. Something major has happened here. Here comes the funny part. The one responsible for transmitting this pain signal. There is a superhighway called the kaiethanchen nerve. This nerve is quite remarkable. It doesn't just manage your mouth. It also covers your face and forehead. Because this pain signal comes too fast and too intensely, the brain gets completely confused and short-circuited the moment it receives it. It cannot tell where the pain is actually coming from. In the end, it mistakenly thinks your forehead and temples are hurting. In medicine, this has a very cool name called referred pain. To put it simply, it's like a fire breaking out in the kitchen, but the alarm in the living room is ringing like crazy. This is why, even though the ice is in your mouth, the pain is felt in your forehead. Since we know it's caused by the low temperature of the palate, what should you do next time you experience a brain freeze while eating ice? Here are 2 magic self-rescue methods that work instantly once you learn them. The first trick is called the tongue pressing technique. Immediately press your tongue flat against your palate, using your tongue's temperature to defrost the palate. The blood vessels will soon return to normal. The second trick is warm water to the rescue. If you have room temperature or warm water nearby, take a quick sip. This can also rapidly warm up your mouth. Of course, the best way to prevent it is to eat a bit slower the next time you have ice, or let the ice melt slightly on the tip of your tongue before swallowing. Then you won't have to worry about your brain short-circuiting again. Who would have thought that just by eating ice, the brain would stage a comedy of errors with a false alarm? With that friend who holds their head and screams every time they eat ice. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? Tell me in the comments below. See you next time. Bye-bye.